Good evening, my friends and neighbors in Facebook land. Baxter Cribbs here with you once again, and welcome to my Facebook Live this evening on this late Wednesday evening. I hope you've had a very good day, as I myself have had one. A lot of things went on for me today, but we had real good. Went to church tonight, sit and talk with some other people. That's one reason I'm a little later than usual. I got some things going on and listening to others, and like I said, that's a mastermind group for me in many different ways, and so I enjoy that time with them, and and it's going to be a part of my life, and I suggest you make it part of yours if you can do that. That is something that I really enjoy with that company, with the company of the people is what I meant to say in that. So anyway, I've had a good day, and I want to continue this evening talking about our hair, our skin, and our nails, as these are things that are very important to each and every one of us. Even if you don't have any, it's still important. It's because these things are stuff that are vanity to us, as far as your hair, how it makes you look, how your skin looks. We all want healthy skin, and we've been doing this a couple of nights now, talking about the herbs and the things that are very good for you to have and to take to help keep these things operating good, as our skin is the first line of defense if anything getting into the body, and it's also the way that many things are absorbed into the body. And so we want to just talk about those tonight, and to continue on with that this evening, because we have talked about some things here. I'll give us a rundown, and if you will, go back and watch the videos of these other things, because these things that we're talking about certainly help us to strengthen our nails, our skin, and our hair to be stronger, and it helps to prevent the breakage of our split ends and makes our skin look younger, which we all want to do for sure. We can reverse that. I mean, we literally can reverse how these things look, because we renew cells each and every day. Somewhere around 300 billion of them, I think, to that, something to that effect. It's just a few of them that happens every day. But anyway, we've talked about some things before, like spirulina and the Ho Shou Wu, as we talked about, very powerful for the hair not falling out, not letting the hair turn gray, was a couple of things. We've talked about MSM, and that just simply being a sulfur that the body needs to help to make your body better. We won't get into what it is. Go back and watch the video. Sulfur is a very powerful thing that helps out with our skin and with our internal things as far as that is concerned. Then we talked about horsetail and bamboo being very similar in kind, and they also help to treat those things about the skin and the broken bones and connective tissues, which are important in those things as well. Tonight we want to start out talking about dandelion. And this is an herb that is taken as well. And dandelion is one of those things that's in the roots and the leaves both have been used for hundreds of years to be able to treat your gallbladder, your liver, your kidney, and those are important because those are things your blood goes through to clear things out. Those are organs in your body that helps to reduce impurities and to take them out through the waste type thing of our body to make it better. And so it also helps out with joint problems such as arthritis that we would have we don't want that, particularly in our fingers, because then when you have arthritis and that, it then affects your fingernails, of course. And so we do not want that. And in many cases, it's offered and used as a blood purifier. And this is important as well, because when you have your blood pure and it goes around, is able to then take better nutrients to the places that we're now talking about, to your hair, to your nails, and to your skin, which is all over your body. And so it's very important to have these things in our life. Also, it is used for, and this is very good for some people who might have this, for eczema and also for cancer. And so that's very important. As we know, cancer is a very deadly thing, and eczema is something that affects your skin, a very unpleasant disease. And so when you can find something to cover those things, we certainly use that. And it's also been used to help to fight, to improve your digestion, help to get rid of water retention, help to solve that problem in there as well. You don't want to be bloated. And it also helps to fight the diseases of the liver as well as hepatitis. And hepatitis, as we know, can indeed kill you which make your skin change colors and so forth like that. So it's a very important herb to have to fight the skin diseases mostly. Here in the case that we're talking about tonight, all the other things are great benefits, will help you live longer, but we're really referring to this in the case of the things that we're the hair, the skin, and the nails, and in this case mostly the skin is what, in my opinion, is what that would be. And then we have saw palmetto, and we talked about that last night, I believe, or the night before. I mentioned that in a very subtle way, that this is something that as many men use this for the swelling of the prostate gland, and it is very effective for that. So it relieves that, but then a side effect of that also, or side effect, that's not a side effect. There are no side effects. A benefit of using saw palmetto in your diet is that it also has the ability to help the body to stop producing DHT, or as they explain it, that even if it does produce it, then it stops the hair shaft, helps the hair shaft to not absorb it, to go down and plug off the hole in the head, causing your hair to fall out or not be able to produce and come through, and therefore very important for the hair. And this is what we're talking about tonight, of course. And so you find this, that many people will use this, and there's another herb also, and it starts with an M, but I forget the name of it. But it's used in conjunction when people use those things that are very similar to steroids or increasing the testosterone in the body in some form. They use that because they know that once you do that, that your DHT, or dihydrotestosterone, is then going to spike, and they use that to keep it down. So it's very important as far as hair growth is concerned, and I suggest you don't mess with anything near a steroid. That's very, very uncool, okay? Very uncool. And then, tonight we're talking also, I've not been showing you on the board, I'm presuming you can see these things behind me. I write them down more so for bullet points for myself to help remind me of the things that I do know, and of course I have to have my little notepad in front of me as well. Now, kelp. Kelp has another name also, I believe it's called bladderwrack, but we know kelp as a seaweed as well. Very high in iodine, very high. Iodine helps to feed the thyroid, a couple other things that it helps to feed there as well, but it's very high in iodine, and there's also some important salts that go into the cells, kind of like, we call them salts. It's not really a salt like you sprinkle the bottle out, but it's a salt that feeds the body, kind of like in celery. It has salts in it that helps the joints. When your joints hurt and you eat celery, the salts lubricate the joints. And so this also has these things in it here where they're very important for the function of the body and the thyroid, which is the main thing. And it's beneficial for the hair and nails because it also helps out with the eczema we just talked about, which, as I said, is a skin disease. And it also helps out with radiation poisoning. Very good then for cancer patients whenever they take the radiation treatments. You can get that sickness, and I really, really hate that. I have two friends right now that's going through that. Has really affected their hair falling out and other things. Just totally, totally destroys the body. And so you need everything in there you can get to overcome that. It's very difficult to go through. And so this helps with the radiation poisoning. And it can also help in birth defects and so forth in adrenaline glands. But the main thing in this case is it's good. It has a lot of iodine. It also is very good for healing the scalp because it's able to cause blood circulation, which allows the head, because we know trying to get blood through into the brain is a very difficult thing. That's where your ginkgo biloba comes in many times to be able to force that in there, but also into the scalp. Because I don't know if you know it or not, but up here on the top of the head is a very, very, very thin layer of skin. It's just basically a tendon that your hair grows out of. And so you don't have much room up there, and you want to get as much blood there as you can by circulation, by massage, and that also helps to keep your hair from falling out, but makes it healthy by getting more circulation into it. And notice that's always that men most of the time go and ladies go bald on the top of their head, not on the sides, and that's because the sides of the head or have thicker skin, muscle, you get more circulation there. And we tend to massage the sides of our hair much more, just simply out of habit. Ladies, if you'll notice many times, you'll do this to push your hair back. Men with short hair, you don't really do that, but we do have a tendency to touch our head more here than we do up here in massaging, and massaging helps out very well along with the things that we're talking about here. But your iodine is the one most important out of this kelp. Also, ginger is very high. That's our last one here for this evening and probably for this series here, because it's just the other couple of small items that we want to discuss that are beneficial. But ginger is very good at carrying nutrients in the body where they need to go to help promote the growth. But also here, ginger is high in fatty acids, and fatty acids are essential fatty acids is the idea here, and these things here are recommended for hair loss. It's used for people who have stunted growth. You need those things in your body, and it's used for thinning hair, and that's because we got to have that fatty acid in our system to supply those nutrients there to that. And so ginger is very good not only at having those in it, but getting other nutrients to the hair shaft as well. So, my friends, those are the four things we want to talk about this evening, and I hope this has been beneficial to you. So, you might be to improve the long lasting of your hair, your skin, and your nails. You put some dandelion into your diet, put some saw palmetto into it, some kelp, and then also some ginger. Now, of course, as always, these things that we've talked about tonight and the last two nights can be found in one little package that's already created for us, already in the right portions, already in easy to take forms. If that's something I can help to get you in contact with, it might help you out to improve these areas that we're talking about. I'd really love to do so and to help you out with those areas as well. And so if you found value in this evening, please leave a comment below, and please share it with somebody if you also that might get helped out with their hair problems. Or as we talked about, more so to me is more important when we have people going through your cancers and your treatments and so forth, and some of these herbs are very powerful to help ease their pain and to help cure, help improve their body under the conditions they're going through. And so, my friends, thank you for stopping by. Hope this has been helpful. Have a good night. Get some good rest. Wake up ready to face tomorrow, Thursday morning, to have another great day as our week continues. Have a good night now.